మీరు ఏదైనా వ్యాపారం చేయాలనుకుంటున్నారా? ఆల్రెడీ వ్యాపార రంగంలో ఉన్నారా? లేక మీ వ్యాపారం అనేక రకాల ఫైనాన్షియల్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్లో ఉందా? ఏం చేయాలో తెలియని పరిస్థితుల్లో ఉన్నారా? అయితే ఆశాంతం ఈ వీడియోను చూడండి. కేవలం 30 సంవత్సరాల్లో నష్టాల్లో ఉన్న కంపెనీని లాభాల బాటల్లోకి తీసుకొచ్చి 1500 కోట్లకు పైగా టర్నోవర్కి తీసుకొచ్చి 60వ ఏట ఎండీగా రిటైర్ అయ్యి మరలా స్నేహితుల ప్రోత్సాహంతో 67వ ఏట అతి తక్కువ పెట్టుబడితో వేరొక కంపెనీని స్టార్ట్ చేసి 200 కోట్లకు పైగా టర్నోవర్కి తీసుకువచ్చిన ఈ 74 ఏళ్ల నవ యువకుడి విజయగాథ ఆయన మాటల్లో. ముందుగా విక్టరీ వింగ్స్ ప్రేక్షకులకి నమస్కారం. ఈరోజు మన స్టూడియోలో ఉన్నారు విశిష్ట అతిథి శ్రీ సిహెచ్ అనంత్ రెడ్డి గారు. సిహెచ్ అనంత్ రెడ్డి గారి పేరు చెప్పగానే అందరికీ స్ఫురించేటువంటిది పరిశ్రమ రంగంలో చాలా అద్భుతమైనటువంటి విజయాలు సాధించినటువంటి వ్యక్తిగా ఆయన మీద ముద్రపడి ఉంది. క్వాలిటీలో, ఇంజనీరింగ్ ఇండస్ట్రీస్లో, అలాగే ఫైనాన్షియల్ డిసిప్లిన్స్లో వారికి వారే సాటి అనేటువంటి గొప్ప పేరున్నటువంటి వ్యక్తి శ్రీ సిహెచ్ అనంత్ రెడ్డి గారు. వారితోటి పరిచయ వేదిక. నమస్కారం అనంత్ రెడ్డి గారు. నమస్కారం అండి. అనంత్ రెడ్డి గారు, మా ప్రేక్షకులకి ముందుగా మీ యొక్క విద్యాభ్యాసం ఎక్కడ జరిగింది, ఎలా జరిగింది, అలాగే మీరు ఇంజనీరింగ్లో గోల్డ్ మెడలిస్ట్ అని కూడా విన్నాం. మీ యొక్క పరిచయ వేదిక మా ప్రేక్షకుల కోసం అండి.
Thank you very much for inviting me to your studio.
Thank you, sir.
And it's a great honor for me.
Thank you, sir.
I am from a village background.
Oh.
I come from very small village in Karimnagar district, Huzurabad. And Rajapur is a small my village. We have a big family actually. We are 5 brothers and 2 sisters.
Okay.
So it was heavy burden on my parents to take care of so many people, and no school in the village.
Oh.
Where I am born. So my mother side village had a high school that time itself. In fact, I joined there, I think at about 5th class. That's a village called Parlapalli. It was a very progressive village that time itself. And at that time it was up to 7th class only.
Oh.
So when I passed 7th class, then they were promoted 8th class, 9th class, 10th class.
Step by step.
So studied up to 9th class in that village.
Okay.
I was school first all the time.
Oh.
Then my sister, my brother-in-law was employed at Huzurabad.
Oh.
He was a junior engineer at that time.
Okay.
So because of that, I moved to Huzurabad and joined in Huzurabad High School at 10th class.
Okay.
10th and 11th completed at Huzurabad. Then intermediate I joined PUC that time, pre-university.
That's right, actually SSLC.
Joined at New Science College at Hyderabad.
New Science College that time also
The
is
topmost, that was the topmost college.
Bhavans.
It's a very good college. Especially the sciences were very strong. Physics, chemistry.
New Science is in Narayanguda, sir?
Narayanguda.
Narayanguda, okay.
I was staying in Reddy Hostel, and
Okay.
from there, in the first attempt, I got chemical engineering seat.
Chemical engineering, okay.
So I thought somebody said that it is not good. So I restudied,
My goodness.
repeated once again, PUC. I became a topper in the college, in the university that time.
Great.
So I was the number 1 man to recruit at REC Warangal from Telangana region.
Really, it's so great. Honor.
So that was that is the year 1965 I joined Regional Engineering College Warangal.
Oh.
And of all the people, everybody used to take mechanical that time. I opted for metallurgy.
Okay.
Well, my uncle was a lecturer there. He had a passion for material science. He says, this is a good future for you. He was already professor there.
Oh.
So on his advice, I have taken metallurgy. That was an upcoming subject that time. It is very few colleges.
That's true, sir.
Whole of Andhra Pradesh, I think that was the only college. Vizag, I had some diploma, I think. So I passed out in 1970 because of the Telangana agitation, the continuous disturbance in the studies. We lost almost 6 to 8 months.
Okay.
Instead of passing 70 March, April, we came out in the December only.
6 months it was taken. Again, I think you are gold
I am
medalist.
I'm a topper in the all subjects. I used to be topper in the REC Varangal.
Oh.
I used to get every semester some 50 rupees this thing. And I can tell you very proudly that other than intermediate, where I used to stay in intermediate Reddy hostel, where I used to spend 60 rupees per month from my father's pocket. I've never taken 1 rupee from my parents afterwards.
Great.
I used to get 75 rupees scholarship per month.
That itself
and
more than sufficient.
Free food at sister's place. My brother-in-law at that time it was an assistant engineer at Varangal.
Okay, sir.
So I was staying with him. 3 years I was a day scholar. 2 years I was in the hostel. So practically I completed my engineering without 1 rupee, taking from home.
Great.
Okay. Then immediately the day I passed, I was called by that time Nagarjuna Sagar Engineering College. Because they wanted a metallurgy lecturer. So that was just open appointment like that. Next day I came and joined.
Oh, just came out from the college and stepped in here.
Then afterwards I wrote competitive exams. This Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, they have taken management trainees. So
Balanagar.
no, in Bangalore.
Bangalore. Okay.
Balanagar was electronics. So I was a metallurgy subject. I was taken in Foundry and Forge as management trainee.
Okay.
71 to 77 worked in Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. Then I have taken a totally different turn in the career. Leaving a public sector, joint.
Private sector.
I just joined a yet to born a company called Nagarjuna Steels.
Great.
That was not born also. It's not even production started.
How such a daring step you have taken?
A lot of people used to look me down. Oh, your public sector is such a government job. Chhod ke.
That's true.
It's I think very few people dared. Of course, now everybody is just even.
Correct. But
that time, daring, it was a daring step. And this company will be there or not, we don't know. It will run or not. But I took a risk and it paid off. Because that was a very good company with good management, this thing. In the size, it may be 0.1% of HAL.
Obviously.
It was employing almost 44,000 employees that time. And our bus fleet was bigger than Bangalore, state corporation.
Correct.
So that was
I know.
such a big company. And a huge capital investment there, huge machinery. But output is very, very low. Because being a public sector, there's no... they're properly not run. So that's why I feel that most of the talent even today is at public sector, but the output is dismal. And if we can convert all these public institutions into private institutions, we can churn out gold.
That's true, Andy. That's true. We still feel...
Especially the defense sector and aeronautical sectors, where the whole thing is clustered around the public sector.
That's true.
See, that should be immediately, that much wealth should be taken out and given to private fellows to churn out more output.
That's how you felt in those days itself.
Yes.
You wanted to be
Correct.
turned into the private sector. It's not my place.
So I had a very good innings. And the same steel sector I continued for almost 77 to 2014. 14 January I left. Almost like 37 years. In one group company rotating there, into ITW, Signode, Pennar Industries, Nagarjuna Steels.
Okay.
And I was...
After Nagarjuna, you...
No, Nagarjuna, Pennar all together.
Sir, I may be disturbing you in your conversation. You see, fortunately, you have said that New Science College, where my co-brother is now principal to New Science College, and REC, my uncle was the professor in those days also.
I am proud to say that REC Varangal gave me for 2018 distinguished professional award. They give every year one or two people. So I have been selected for this 2018 from REC Varangal.
You are a born talented person, rather.
It's a very honor because it's a huge institution.
That's true.
So
it's not that easy. Everyone can get.
It's lucky for me.
That's so nice, Andy. Sir, I came to understand there are one of the industry where you have joined after HAL to private sector, and by the time you taken up, it is on the door drums almost for various reasons, and you turned out to that company from door drums to the rags to riches like that. You have made that company. How is it possible, and what are the actions you have implemented for that type of industries?
I'll tell you broadly. What, with my experience, probably somebody should learn, the youngsters. Those days, 1975 or 80, you see, private entrepreneurs are very low, very few.
That's true.
Only public sector was the major chunk, attracting talent.
That's true.
So, that time itself, these private entrepreneurs started, and that was a very big step. You know, if somebody has not started, we would not have exposed to the private sector, and we would have been slogging in the public sector and some, general manager or something, and retired and gone.
Correct.
Without seeing what is outside world and how it works. So it was a great eye opener for us, working in the private sector, small sector with a limited. You see the scope.
Resources.
Scope is very limited to my scope. What I started my career. But we learned
with the limited resources available,
skills, management skills, exposure to the market, exposure to the various disciplines of the industry, and also the self-discipline.
That's true. That is more important rather than anything.
And more than anything else, I had a burning passion. I grew from the lowest level in the companies, wherever I worked. Okay.
From ground level.
Ground level. And I was intimately in touch with all the machines, product, manpower.
So personal touch.
Personal touch with people.
With people.
With machines, with product.
So
I was a product development manager. I can tell you in the year 1980, I went to Delhi, that Udyog Bhavan, and got my company under R&D, certified under R&D.
Okay.
I was the chief metallurgist of the company.
Obviously.
And we built a laboratory and showed them and said,
this is the thing what
we are developing the steels, the silicon steels, extra deep drawing steels. So I had a lot of, attachment with the company, with the products, with the people, with the machines.
Anything you are doing with passion.
Passion.
That's more important.
And when actually, you should know actually, all entrepreneurs should know why the companies fail.
Yeah, that is very interesting subject. Now upcoming industries are startup companies. Yes, sir.
In my personal opinion, major responsibility rests with the management. Who runs the company, who owns the company.
How is it, sir?
First of all, he should concentrate on the business which he is doing. That time I used to see all the management, top management, whoever supposed to be there, they are in the public relations, PR work, outside work, this, that, hardly knowing what's happening in the business.
Diverting his mind.
And how to get more money from the banks. How to show off, how to give donations, and concentrate more on inaugurating the factory. Big fanfare. That was any company you take it. I am not talking specific. Whereas I being an agriculturist family and
That's true.
no city background, nothing,
You work mean work.
work only,
That's
nothing,
all.
nothing else.
There's nothing else.
Nothing else.
Nobody can divert your mind. Concentration on
It's a straight business.
concentrate on
So
business. That is the
Number
first.
2, it's a passion. Number 3, I had in-depth knowledge of what I'm doing.
That's fantastic. 3 are key success.
And number 4, I always believed finance should be with me.
Ultimate.
So finance, I used to control every rupee what is going out from the company.
Maybe this is one of
Even
your-
today also same thing. I don't allow anybody to operate.
Sir, I have not come to that stage now. In fact, I am asked only the old one. Maybe you have given your 4 these things.
So
And,
the advantage in that company was I was intimately, mentally married to the company. Okay?
your second wife. Rather, you can say is the
No,
first
it's the
wife.
first wife only, not
First wife.
second wife. I told by the time I was head of that organization, combined organizations, they had 13 vice presidents. There are 2-3 directors, MD, executive director, then general managers, some dozens. And among them I was a little younger and many were IIT graduates. But somehow top people felt that I had the power to do it. So they were superseded and after my going to power, becoming the
Managing director of the
head of the, that time executive director.
executive director. Okay.
So many of the people have left on their own or I have to ask them to go.
Either you have to go or forcible to quit.
So, in fact, one example I will tell you how the management will be so loose because you are also running industry, you should know.
Yeah.
There was a lot of labor unrest because they have seen the top management only flying here and there and they are not
Connecting with the
connected with the people and with the machines, with the business. When the man at the helm, he doesn't know what is machines, what is the business, and what is the connecting with the people, with the product, with the environment, and no control on the finances, no control on the expenditures. So, Yada Raja, Tata Praja.
Raja.
So, labor was unrested, they were violent, and because of that, there were 2 vice presidents in personal department to control them. This type
by
of
force.
expenditure. Force nahi hai. With discussion that. One example I will tell you. The company was so badly managed. We had almost like 20-25 security guards at the houses of vice presidents and above. So when I became, when I started controlling, the first step, anything I do, I start with me in the company.
First you are removed from your...
So I told my secretary, you please go, there is no post for you here.
No secretary is required for me.
MD means, MD or ED means, there will be executive assistants, some 3-4 people.
Secretarial people are more. than
Secretariat people and controlling people, the youngsters,
so many.
so many people will be there to assist. Real assist or only status, I don't know. So I cut my own staff first of all. I was sitting alone in the big building.
That's all.
Because so many people were there and all people, one by one gone. I was just all alone with the whole thing. People used to wonder actually why this fellow is doing, he is not opening up. I never used to open up my mind to anybody else. I used to execute only. So people were damn
scared.
Scared what you will do.
What next is course of action.
First itself I have removed, knocked out cost reduction. So many cars, so many drivers, so many secretaries, so many security guards at homes. Some people used to have security guards in the flat also,
Oh.
saying your flat is there.
Yeah.
Because it's a status symbol, I am vice president,
You must have.
I must have. Nobody is going to come and hit you in your flat.
But it's a status.
Status. It has become a status. Company is going to dogs. So like that, see, we have undertaken many costs. Many means, innumerable. The cost which was running at about 200 lakhs of the fixed cost, when the company went into trouble, I brought it down to 45 lakhs
Oh,
per month.
from 200 lakhs to 45 lakhs.
lakhs.
My goodness. You have reduced the price or you brought the expenditure to 45 lakhs?
We have had about 200 workers and staff. That number was brought to some 400.
Oh.
Some 750 workers were there, which was brought down to something like 190 or so.
Oh.
In fact, this was taken as a management study by Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad.
Bah.
And we have given 3 voluntary retirement schemes for the workers by giving some compensation.
Oh.
And staff was only compulsory retirement scheme.
Oh.
You have to go means you have to go.
Sir, but
No question asked.
is it really possible?
I have
That
done
means-
3 voluntary retirements for workers without bloodshed, without stopping one day work.
Oh, great.
I was at the helm for 14 years, not 14, 15 years, not one day work stopped. I can proudly say, 1 hour, no shouting on me.
Great man.
Because the workers trusted me. They have built confidence that he is struggling.
Let us help them. Let us
I
combine
used to go to
hands.
the factory. I dismantled the city office. There is no office. Where I am sitting, everybody has to
That
sit.
is the office only. Where I sit.
Marketing, finance, purchase, everybody is shifted to factory.
Oh.
So that's how office was, office expenditure. We had to cut many,
Where
many.
you can cut.
We had half a dozen guest houses in Hyderabad, Bombay, Delhi, here, there, all cut. So many.
So one is the cost reduction,
The cost reduction was one of the great thing.
increasing the
The
production.
biggest problem was it's highly indebted.
Highly
Indebted.
indebted.
The debt was so high. It was so badly managed company, I can tell you. So it's absolutely dismal. Financial management. Borrow. Even some of the machinery was leased.
Oh.
Somebody wanted to take away my machine, which is heart of the plant.
Because you are not paid back the
money.
installments.
Installments not paid. So that is not there in the books.
That's true. So you have a right.
No, it's not there in the books. When we took the company, all these debts were hidden.
That's right.
And other company failed. That also fixed deposit came here. So it was a total mess. Mess means it's not a small word. In fact,
A facade manner.
nobody will sit there in that position if you see the financial position. But fortunately, I had a connection with people, with the workers. So no questions asked to me. Whatever I say,
That's final.
that's final. No union. All I removed personal managers also, personal general managers. I used to manage with one manager. All 5 companies I had when I retired. Some 2-3 staff. When I joined, it was 23 personal people, 2 vice presidents. So because we have taken workers into confidence, they had belief that he is for the good of the company.
That's true.
Because before that, no management went into the shop floor and saw what's happening in the shop floor. Where is the material? What is the yield of the material? What is the utilization of machinery? What is the utilization of the material? So being in the same field, I had a quick connection with every business, every machine, every material, every man.
That means what you convey the upcoming startup companies 4 things we must remember to success a company. One is what you are doing. First you understand. Touch with the people with whom you are working, and a passion of working, and a financial discipline is the ultimate. So such a beautiful mantras you have given today to the young generation who is coming for the startup companies, sir.
The number one is financial discipline.
Number one is coming to the financial discipline.
As long as you are having debt in your books, please every day night you think what is your debt, what is your asset.
How you are going to reduce your debts and increasing your assets.
Do you have matching assets for the debt? Current assets, not
That's
fixed
true.
asset.
That's right. Current assets.
Because fixed assets, land is there, this is valued so much, that's all humbug.
That's right.
If you are depressed, if you are not doing well, land has no value.
That's true.
It will go freely.
That's all.
Because your liability is sitting as a factory.
That's true.
So only current assets and current liabilities should be
Beautiful
matched.
mantra. Beautiful. Sir, you have seen so many decades in the industrial line. And what exactly the difference between now the industrial policies and those days? You have any variations?
Oh, there is a vast difference. The labor laws have changed. They are much better today. Because earlier, anybody can blackmail you, anybody can trouble you, anybody can, yes.
Earlier is much problem.
Worst, now today is much better.
Oh, okay.
And unions are much more disciplined today.
Okay.
In fact, I was running such a difficult company. In my entire tenure of, I was heading for the most 20-25 years.
Yeah.
My present company and previous company, I never had a one day labor strife. No work stoppage.
Really great. Really great, sir.
And I never had a big personal manager, some expert from some sky. My earlier company, they were having a lot of senior people. I told them I'll manage.
Then you are the union leader for your industry.
I'll tell you one best compliment came from BMS leader. I don't remember his name.
Yadav.
No. He is a good fellow, Rama.
Somebody is there, BMS.
One day I was walking around and that was election time. Election was going on that day counting. So I just walked around and somebody introduced, he's not our leader.
That's true.
He is newly coming from the BMS.
Okay.
That Bharatiya Mazdoor Sangh, that is a BJP.
Yes.
Even now also he is leader. I don't remember his name, but
those days Narendra was there.
And in fact, his opposition leader was earlier he was Telugu Desam president of the state.
Okay.
So they were good friends only. They were competitors, but nicely talking only. Then he introduced, sir is the MD of the company, and we all know about him. Actually, as long as he is there is no need for union president. Sir,
he himself is a union person. That's true.
As long as you are there, sir, there is no need for any union president role, sir. Because all workers, they listen to you.
Great, sir.
It is, we are formality sake, we are not to come and trouble you, sir.
That's true.
So that was the biggest, and I don't know him at all, actually. So he must be told, workers must be telling him. So workers had a confidence, Among themselves there will be two groups.
That is more important, sir.
So that's, you have to earn the confidence of the people. That you are for the company.
That's true.
Not for yourself.
That's true. You are like
so you should always feel that company is supreme, not you.
Not you. Not an individual. It is the organization.
Whether you are a chairman or MD or general manager.
Post is immaterial.
Finally, company is supreme.
That's
company,
true.
Every employee is important, equally important.
Beautiful, sir. Really, such a wonderful experiences you have shared with the upcoming industries. Sir, another wonderful thing, what I heard it very shortly, in the year of 67 years of your age, you have started a new company, and with just for 12 crores. And in the first year itself, you have made something like 80 crores or something turnover.
55 crores.
55 crores. How is it possible, sir? How you have made this? And today the company capital is something like 200 crores and
100
above.
crores, 100, about
100
80 to
crores?
100 crores
And 200 crores maybe turnover?
turnover.
That's really excellent, sir. How you have made
You
it?
see, I told you I am from agriculture family.
That's true, but there is no comparison from the agriculture and industry.
So my father is a very hardworking agriculturist, very disciplined man. He knows only agriculture, nothing else.
Hmm. That's true.
And we have seen how he used to work hard. And with
Of
so
course,
many
agriculture
children,
is also an industry and is a very
it's-
hard-working industry.
So, and we grown as a, you see, I was never controlled by anybody, including my parents.
That is another thing. Yes, even now.
I always grew independently, right from child. Good.
That's true.
Yes, I was never under parental control or
Any control.
anybody. No, no control.
Whatever
from
you came in your mind, you just
as a child also, I was just studying in
it grown
my
up
other
from the
places,
studies.
grown up.
That's true.
At the age of 16, I came to Hyderabad and studied.
Uh,
So always
That's
independence has come through the childhood group.
Childhood.
And always believed in excelling the things what I do.
best,
The
exactly.
competitive spirit is there in my this thing.
That's true.
And I was very, very disciplined man. Even in the factory, I used to be there at 8:15. I was the first person to go to the factory.
Bah.
In my position, the
Yes,
previous
even you can
people
go
used
at
to come
12
once in a
o'clock.
month or something like that.
That's true. That's true.
Once in 6 months, sometimes, people used to come to the shop floor once in 6 months. Once in a month to the factory. Otherwise, city office, nice,
That's all.
flights here
Have a
and
cup of
there,
coffee.
something.
Go.
But I changed the culture. I used to go and straight, instead of going to my office, I used to make a round of the factory.
First shop floor.
So whether all the people are working or not, they know. And I used to change the timings. So I have no assistants, nothing to come with me. I go always alone, even now also. So when I will go, when I will not go, they don't know.
Nobody doesn't know. It's always surprise visits.
Sometimes 3 o'clock, sometimes 11 o'clock, sometimes 12 o'clock, sometimes 6 o'clock in the evening.
Bah.
So that made the whole company
In your control.
on production mode. Basically, people were good.
That's true. If
So
somebody
people have seen this life. I told you, when I brought down the cost from 200 lakhs to 45 lakhs, within, I think almost within 3-4 years,
bah.
the turnover jumped almost 4-5 times or 6 times. And the people are brought back again.
Oh, whoever you
Whoever we have
removed and
removed
yes, come back
under
again.
VRS.
Yes.
And I think
That means need based.
we built within 5-6 years, from 1200 I increased number to 1400.
Okay, okay.
And,
Because it needs, it's need
We
based.
increased the number of companies.
That's really great, sir.
And the capital investment from 100 to almost, we take it down to almost 400 crores, 350-400 crores.
And finally, when you are coming out, what is the turnover of the company, sir?
The group turnover around 1500 crores.
1500 crores. So, really
We started with
great.
75 crores.
Huh.
In the year 2000, 75 crores. In 2013, it was around
No, a
together
debt company
1400 crores.
which was made from
There was a debt of something like 200 crores on books and 300 crores on books with 3 crores per month interest. Oh, that was
Whatever you
utterly
produce,
nothing.
it can't even match that.
No way. So one great advantage is that the company had inherent strength and banks, especially State Bank of India, had a confidence in the company that assets are good.
That's
The only problem is liability, debt. Debt was the serious liability. With that debt, no company can survive. That time, the government of India introduced corporate debt restructuring.
okay.
So, if the company has positive EBITDA,
Huh.
that's to encourage.
Oh.
The company had always positive EBITDA,
That is another.
even if at the lowest level. And company, from the quality point of view, had a good name.
I know.
So, customers have not lost
Their
hope
hopes.
on the company. So they used to give orders. The problem was how to execute. There is no money. So once the banks have given corporate debt restructuring, and when the company became non-performing asset, once the company becomes non-performing asset, the first
NPA.
stage is NPA. You will not be charged interest.
No.
You will not collect interest. And that was the biggest relief for me. The day interest is gone, I am on the top.
Correct.
I'll tell you,
So you may first bank has declared NPA.
NPA. But that was a great achievement. You see,
Blessing in disguise.
if they don't declare,
Then
I
what
would
we
have
can do?
naturally died.
For every disadvantage, you have taken advantage. That's really great.
Within 1 year, 76 to 110, 110 to 175, 175 to 370, 370 to 647.
Oh.
Within 4 years,
Ah,
I had a zero debt.
great. And you have brought it to 1500 crores. Bah, really. So nice, sir. So nice. Sir, this should be taken as an example.
No, but you see, that is fortunately because that time CDR is there. If same thing happens today,
Ah,
you will be thrown out of the company.
that's right.
Today, the laws are different. That time, laws was very sluggish and very, very slow acting. So all the entrepreneurs, you see, in my new company, which I have started at the age of 67, you asked why did I start?
Yes, yes.
I had a passion for working. If I am idle, I will be useless.
Really, sir. How many people are thinking like you in these years?
And I had so much of inbuilt knowledge about the
Yes.
factory, machinery. In fact, in my previous company, I have not employed one single consultant in India or abroad.
Oh.
Either management consultant or technical consultant.
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
I have diversified the products
In different
number
fields.
of fields.
Different
Into
fields.
railways, into CDW tubes in automobile, automobile press components. How
Many.
components? How many ESP systems? So many diversification we have done from only that core competent business of cold rolling to various downstream products, upstream products. So that has saved the company. And besides that, we had one more advantage. After the corporate debt restructuring, the company had life. They have seen, everybody's seen life. So the foreign investors came and invested quite a good chunk of money. With that money, we had 14 banks at the time.
Whoa.
So we could knock out 13 banks
Wow.
with that money. Within 2 years, we became debt-free company.
Over.
Once it is debt-free, it's all
It's
right.
over. It's
And
success.
I told you, from 100 crores, I made 350 crores of capital investment without borrowing 1 rupee from the banks.
What more? What more? That's what you are doing in the present company,
Even the
in
present
Kartikeya
company,
engineering industry.
No, one thing what I have learned is, first of all, if your company wants money, nobody will give you money. If your company makes money, people will give money. I'll give an example. Earlier, SBI, if you have to have a manager with relationship manager meeting, it was 1 week, 10 days job, and you go and wait and slog for 1 hour, 2 hours. That will just meet you and say, what is that? We'll throw you out in 5 minutes, 10 minutes time. Why this dad is coming to me? And because we are going for some favor.
That's right.
After this whole thing is done and when the company is in good path,
Then he invited you.
we were elevated to what is a corporate branch. Some
Correct.
very
That
Panjagutta.
Koti is
No,
there?
Panjagutta.
Panjagutta, okay. Yeah, Panjagutta
corporate
also is
branch,
there.
the police station in front.
Yes, SBI.
There used to be consortium meetings. Of course, there were hardly 2 banks only, because from 14 banks it was 2 banks.
That's true.
Because Axis Bank joined later. And I said, I don't want to waste my time in these consortium meetings.
You told.
I told them, what is there for meeting and waste of my time and your time? So this venture at 67, in fact, many of my friends the previous company.
Yeah, we are very curious to know about this 67 years young
so,
boy started this
So
company.
a lot of people just said, why are you going first of all to that far off place? It's not that I'm a big moneyed man.
Where you have started, sir?
It is in Mominpet ani mana Shankarpalli దాటిన తర్వాత 26 kilometers.
Oh, Shankarpalli itself
just
is
75 kilometers from here, 80 kilometers.
Oh.
And it was a God-forsaken place. It is very backward.
Oh.
It is absolutely backward and no water available, no skilled labor is available.
Oh.
15 kilometers radius, you will not find any workshop also.
Oh, okay.
Some land is available and it is all hill. It's not a land.
Okay.
Land is available cheap, I thought, and it's a brand new place. And that time I was also little Telangana, this thing,
Yeah.
So, let's do something.
Mana Telangana.
Let's do something for, called,
then you selected that particular place.
It's a backward place. Let's do. In fact, in our motto we are written to bring up backward Telangana.
Backward Telangana. Okay.
Basically, of course, our own personal interest is there because already the lands are 1 crore, 2 crores. We cannot
so we can't
invest
afford that
little
much
money.
for the industry
And,
purpose.
we are not having 100 crores of money or like that.
How much you have purchased, sir? How many acres?
About 15 acres. At that time around 12 acres.
12 acres.
Later
you
we
bought
add another 3 or 4 acres.
at the rate of some 10
5 acres, something like that. 5 lakhs.
5 lakhs per
4.5, I think that time. 3.5 or 4.5.
That's really
But we spent almost 5 lakhs for making leveling. It was too much. It's a hill.
Okay.
So we had to cut the soil and level it. That was a huge expenditure. Almost 50-60 lakhs we spent on the building a big concrete wall one side.
Your corporate office is in Chandanagar, I think.
No, in
Miyapur.
That I built.
And, how many square yards, your square feet you have constructed the factory?
Factory is around 3 lakh square feet now.
3 lakh. Oh, such a huge one. My goodness. So
and the office itself is 40,000 square feet, 42,000 square feet.
But really, sir, at such a far distance.
Because I told, the subject is that I don't want to go and beg banks.
That is your.
And banks, if you depend on them, that factory will get into problem because
by the time the bank
your manpower cost will come, your interest will start, even if you borrow.
Correct.
And you will get nervous because suddenly the product doesn't click.
Again,
and your expenditure, your employees will start quitting.
You are responsible to someone.
So I cautioned. That's why every rupee was spent judiciously and not borrowed till commercial production started.
That is a very wise decision, really, you have taken up.
And I don't have term loan in the starting the factory. Afterwards, I took some 4-5 crores, which you paid off. And I think right now only
such a big plant.
3.5 crores is the term loan as of today.
Yes.
In 1 year, that also will be over. 1-2 years. Of course, we expanded heavily.
That's true, sir.
We have done a lot of capital expenditure.
You advise the people, whomever want to start such type of industry, such large scale.
So, bankers should come to you. Bankers should come to you.
You should not go to the bank.
You have to go, but 100% don't depend.
That's right.
You show your metal first.
Your strengths.
Because if 100% depend on that, they will put 100 queries. Even after sanctioning also, ये land नहीं है, ठीक नहीं, ये नहीं है, वो नहीं है. Because some flimsy grounds, because bankers are also having their own obligation.
That's true.
Because
to fulfill their formalities.
Unfortunately, in our country, nobody trusts nobody.
You are right, sir.
The cheating is more. In fact, if you ask me, there should be stringent punishment to the people who are misusing the bank funds. They should be prosecuted.
That's true.
Instead of petty thief, you should catch the people who borrow and recklessly spend, and they are answerable.
Sir, is it really going on now in our country?
Slowly, yes, it is catching up. Bankers are damn careful. But underground something may be happening. We don't
That
know
is
because
we
I am
don't
never
know.
involved in that.
We don't know.
Because I go on merit. I have never spent 1 rupee till now on the banker.
Correct.
I have working capital limit of almost 30 crores today. I'm not utilizing, but plus a bank guarantee limit of 15 crores from one bank.
That is
And
also
my
hard.
second company, I have given SBI another 14 crores loan. But I have never spent a single rupee.
You are also like my elder brother. I am also
Nothing,
to do the same.
1 rupee I have not spent.
That's all.
On the other hand, when SBI people were dodging, I told them, I will tell your GM, this is how your company is running, you are ruining the companies. Then DGM came running. We'll solve your problem. They were also very slow, COVID hai, ye hai, wo hai. I said, this is how the company will be collapsing. I have spent myself so much of money in the company. So the lesson for any entrepreneur is that you should have major strength with you. You should have passion for the company. You should invest money, and whatever you borrow, you cannot sleep happily.
Until the debt has to be free. It is a debt free.
Debt free, everybody cannot be, but debt will be there. But you should match with the current assets.
Current assets, not fixed assets.
Debt free is not possible for all the people. It will take a long time.
How can?
So debt is not a per se
No.
bad, but you should be in a position to repay. You should have capability.
That's true.
Because all your energy will go in fighting with the banks, or banks fighting with you. They will not allow you to work. Your employees will get demoralized. Your customers will suffer. Your suppliers will suffer.
See, reputation will go now when you don't have.
So it will have negative spiral.
That's true. It's a vicious circle.
Vicious circle. You should not get trapped.
Trapped. Debt trap is more dangerous.
Trap is more dangerous. Very
than
dangerous.
anything else.
So be within your limits. So we should not overstep.
Really, sir, beautiful ideas you have shared through our channel to our viewers, and definitely is an eye opener to upcoming industries, whomever is there for the startup companies and the existing plants also, whomever is doing it with a lot of debts. Once you go in debt trap, it is pretty difficult to overcome from those things.
You see, whatever you do, sometimes business overturns. You should have certain percentage that also. You see, all 100% failures are not management failures. I'll tell you one example. Some product you have started where imports were, difficult to come with, say, 50% or something like that. Suddenly the government said there is no import duty. Your business is overnight collapsed.
That's it. That's it.
So for that, my advice is de-risk your products. If your one product is making good money, don't think that only that product will make money. Suddenly that will become.
You must have some products.
Range.
Range.
And even worst come worst, even if that product is closed, you can reduce the manpower, you can reduce the business size if you don't have alternative thoughts. But always come with alternative thoughts. Life is not same every day.
Any day it is liquidated. Any day if you want it, you just liquidate and close it off. That's true.
Because no business is permanent.
That's true. Really.
Businesses are continuously evolving, continuously new businesses are coming, and life cycle has become so short. Now even the capital machinery has become consumables. Earlier, one capital machine you put means it works for 50 years, nobody changes. Today the machines are coming, they are all becoming like consumables. So 1-2 years, you throw it out, again buy another one. So the life cycles have become very short.
That's true.
So if you see the old textile mills or something like that, same will run for 50 years, 100 years. Today it's not the case. Things are changing so fast.
That's true.
Every field, including agriculture. You see so many new varieties
new
are
thoughts
coming, new costs
new innovatives are coming.
And new method of growing, method of harvesting, method of cultivating. So
beautiful.
Things are changing rapidly, so we have to change rapidly.
How you are managing? You see, you are saying until this is 74 years old. We never think that it is only a 47 years old person you are looks like. How is it possible, and what it makes you so healthy
I
and
feel
happy?
it is only your mental makeup. and be active. I never counted my age.
Yes.
So
Age only the figures, but not for my mind.
Yeah, but God is also
Supporting
there.
us.
But mostly it depends on you.
That's true. How you act behind
Don't
it.
abuse your body.
That's right. That is
Abuse
really
your
good.
mind and negative side.
Sure.
Have positive thoughts.
Positive thoughts. Yeah.
Think of good of others.
You just told in the beginning, Yad bhavam tad bhavati. You are the product of your thoughts. That's
Think
really
about
great.
good of others.
Others.
Not only yourself, your people working with you,
Behind it,
society,
you are society.
neighbors,
So great, sir.
your society.
Sir, what is the secret of your fitness? Every day you do some jogging, walking,
No, I
logging.
don't do anything other than walking, nothing. I
Only
don't
the
do any.
mind keeps you
That's
fresher. That's all. That's really great. That is also a big discipline. Every day morning you go for a walk for an hour or so and coming back. Maybe that is also health disciplines. That's what it
But
keeps you healthy.
keep your mind positively occupied.
That's right. That's right.
Negative two thoughts will kill you.
Kill you. That's true. Always suspect
Don't
somebody
think
else.
bad for others first.
That's true.
Even if you're
He's an enemy. Even
staunch enemy also, high enemy will be there actually.
there is no enemy. Okay. So thank you, Anantha Reddy garu.
Thank you, sir.
రియల్లీ చాలా అద్భుతమైనటువంటి విషయాల్ని మీ యొక్క జీవిత సత్యాల్ని మీ యొక్క జీవిత అనుభవాల్ని మాకు చెప్పారు మా
Thank you,
ప్రేక్షకులకి. రియల్లీ ఇట్ షుడ్ బి ఎన్ ఐ ఓపెనర్ అండి. మరిన్ని వీడియోలతోటి మరిన్ని విషయాలతోటి మీ ముందుకి మరలా వస్తాం. థ్యాంక్స్ ఎ లాట్ సార్.
Thank you very much for exposing me to your studio.
ఇట్స్ అవర్ ప్లెజర్. విన్నారుగా 1500 కోట్ల టర్న్ ఓవర్ చేసిన ఆ కంపెనీయే పెన్నార్ గ్రూప్ ఆఫ్ ఇండస్ట్రీస్. అలాగే 67వ సంవత్సరంలో ఆయన స్టార్ట్ చేసిన కంపెనీయే కార్తికేయ గ్రూప్ ఆఫ్ ఇండస్ట్రీస్.